Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. I said TFR, but I did the hashtag, but I didn't say
That's okay.
hashtag.
That's okay.
All
They can
right.
see you. It's all
That's all
good.
right.
It's all
So
good.
why don't you just tell them about the Zoom thing
The
or this
YouTube thing.
this YouTube channel?
Okay, guys, every single week we talk about the same thing. So it's a clue. This is your resource. This is where you can go to find all of the recordings of these trainings as well as opportunity presentations when we put them up. Along with special trainings that come along here and there. And I think Dondi's got some plans to be doing some here in the future. So make sure that you're subscribed, ring the bell to get those notifications. So we're going to run through our announcements really quick here so that we can get to the call topic, which is going to be amazing. It's all about getting out of your head and into your heart. So starting here, first of all, is free's my favorite four-letter F word. So I have to talk about the free stuff with Fat Burn. So in the month of May, any new or subscription orders of $200 that are placed by either new or existing customer or consultants, you will receive Fat Burn for free.
Wow.
This is like just under $70 in value that you're getting for free. And I mean, Dondi was talking about the science that was behind it last week, but this is a really big deal. This is an amazing product. I use it every single day and I always will. And down here in the yellow triangle, you see where it says dial for dollars. This is where you can use this free product for growing your business by reaching out to those people that you've been talking to about either being consultants or customers and letting them know that in the month of May, they can get this amazing product for free. Plus, you can be looking into your organization to see customers or consultants that have regular subscriptions that maybe just don't quite hit that $200 mark. Reach out to them, let them know that they can get this product for free for having $200 in their order. And more than likely, you'll be able to increase your bottom line and increase your volume in your business in the month of May.
Hold on real quick, because Marcy has a point. What are we getting into? Board shorts and bikini weather,
Yeah, what do
which
you want
this
it
is
to
a
look like?
perfect product for that.
Absolutely. Get yourself summer ready. Now, True Science, our upgraded skincare system, has got a new skincare study out. You want to make sure that you go and get the study itself, as well as all of the assets that go along with it, before and after photos, all kinds of great stuff here through this QR code, or go into your email from the company today, the Monday Momentum email, and you will be able to just click on that button that says see the study. But if you haven't done that yet, you can do it through the QR code right here too. And tomorrow, you will not want to miss out on Lisa Barnes. She's our VP of Research and Development, amazing brain around creating products. And it's her brainchild that's upgraded these skincare regimen. And she's going to be going all over that activated skincare study tomorrow, 10 a.m. in the LifeVantage Consultant Facebook page. Make sure that you're in that page so that you can check it out. If you can't be on there live at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, then you can always go back and check it out as the recording. That's tomorrow, Tuesday, May 14th. And then on Wednesday, the 15th, we do presentations virtually on the first and third Wednesdays of every single month. It's the same Zoom information, so save this information, take a screenshot here, and be inviting. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We generally go about 30, max 35 minutes. So invite your prospects to take a look at this. We also Zoom it in through the Dondi and Marcy Possibilities from Home Facebook page. It's a page, so we can still go through that with Zoom, where our regular groups, they're not allowing us to do it the way that we are signed in now. So we're still working on figuring that out for you. But on Wednesday night, we will be doing this live virtual presentation. And then we are getting close to our next corporate event, which is going to be a virtual event. Are you hosting an event? We want to know. Are you hosting one in the comments? Let us know. If not, maybe you should. You can invite other consultants in your area or your prospects to come and hang out with you to hear from Daniel Song and Brandon Cunningham. They're going to be the speakers at this event. It is July 20th. This QR code takes you to the registration for it. It's a free event, guys. Go register. And then make sure that you register to have your host party or host a watch party as well. Anything you want to say about that? Okay. Keep going here. All right, so here we are. If you want to intro the call.
So get out of your head and into your heart. It's not about you. This is probably one of the biggest tips that we can give anyone trying to build a network marketing business, especially in today's world. And I'll be fully transparent. This was I struggle with this daily. This process of getting out of my head, facts, figures, and logic, and getting into my heart where there's mind, will, and emotions. It's a difficult transition for me when it comes to building a business. I can be in my heart or I can be in my head. When it comes to this business, most of the time I'm here. And when it comes to my success in this business, it's almost every single time there's been a significant overcoming or helping somebody transition through something they've been looking to transition into, or helping them see something they hadn't previously seen. It's been almost 100% when I'm here, not here, but here. So great topic, Marcy. This was Marcy's idea.
Well, in reality, to be completely transparent, this is part of a training that we do when we go to the Amish communities. They are so good about caring about other people and really looking out for each other. And yet they've had a hard time building this business. And it's because they've been stuck in their heads, and helping them move into their hearts has really led to some great success. And so we're like, okay, we need to share this with the team to be able to help all of you also make this transition and be able to help you move towards your goals a little bit quicker. So getting out of your head, why do we need to get out of our head? Share, talk about what it's like being in your head and what that does. What type of stories are you telling yourself?
So it really depends on what the frame of reference is. But when I'm in my head, usually I'm trying to figure something out because I'm coming from a place of I'm coming from a deficit situation or a need to solve something, and I start having this battle. Who are you to think you could solve this? You're not good enough. As soon as I'm onto something, yeah, well, what about this? Your subconscious mind will never ever betray you, but your memories and your opinions of yourself will, your programming. And you can reprogram your subconscious mind, but you got to get out of your head and into your heart to do it, and give yourself some grace, give yourself permission to learn something new, because other people, their welfare, their problems being solved, literally their legacies and their destinies are dependent upon us getting out of our heads and getting into our hearts.
Yeah. And for me, when I think about getting out of my head, that's where I worry. That's where fear sets in. That's where I'm concerned about how someone's going to look at me or think about me. That's where I'm thinking, oh my gosh, but what if they say no to me? I'm going to be so embarrassed. In my head is where all of those thoughts are, and all of those things that become roadblocks to keep me from doing the necessary things to build my business. And so when we say you need to get out of your head, we need to get away from those negative thought processes and get away from those things that we're thinking about ourselves. Because there is something we're going to talk about here that is so very true. But whether you want to believe it or not, you're not the most important person in the room when you're trying to build a network marketing business or share products. Okay. It is not about you. Right. And so we've got to get out of our minds where everything is about us and everything is a worry about how people are going to see us or think about us, or what the result is going to be or not. Right. So getting out of your head is super important. Because like I just mentioned, it's not about you. I know a lot of the times we want to think, and you know what, and another thing about being in your head is where you set those goals that you want for yourself. In your head is where you feel like you need everything. She's okay right now. She's okay. Our cat just came up right next to us and she wants all the attention because, she's like, it's all about me, Mom. But in all reality, this is a really good example too, because people oftentimes will be coming up close to you because they see something about you, or they see something in you. They notice that your life is a little bit different, or that you're feeling better than they are. And so they're coming up near to you, and they want to know whether or not you see them. And so when we get stuck in our heads and focused on our goals and what we want to accomplish in the next 30, 60, 90 days or 6 months or whatever the goal time period is, when we're thinking about those goals and we're not paying attention to the people that are coming up around us, it's all such a soul focus on ourselves that we're not even receptive to those that are around us that are in need. And so we've first of all got to shut down those thought processes. I'm not saying don't create those goals for yourself, because it's important to have an idea of what you want to get out of this, but you got to remember that when you go into action and sharing the information, you can't come out of the place of what it's going to do for you. Right? So you've got to remember, first of all, that it's not about you. Anything you want to add in here?
Nope.
Okay. So we've been listening to, we have several mentors that we listen to. Okay. We have several mentors. We have mentors that we listen to that are solely business. We have mentors that are solely spiritual. We have mentors that are on the health aspect of it, or, we have mentors that cover all of it. And we have a new mentor that we've been listening to for, gosh, a couple months now. And his name is not even a couple months, Myron Golden. And he's definitely Christian. He definitely comes from some of the same thought processes that we have. And he talks from the Bible, but he also has very significant business success. And one of the things on one of his videos that I was listening to and shared with Dondi recently was people don't care about what you care about. People care about what they care about. So my question to you is, what should you care about? Should you care about what you care about? Or if you want to have success in your business, shouldn't you be concerned and caring about what the people around you care about? So this is where we're going to be moving from that head into the heart, because if we can transition what we care about, think about it, the more people you help, the closer you're going to get to those goals anyway, right? And there is something about energy. When you show up into the space of someone else, if you are thinking solely about what you are going to get for yourself, which is all in your head, this is all about me. If they say, yes, oh my gosh, I'm going to be this much closer in volume to that next level, or I'm going to be this much closer to the, that pair of shoes that I want to buy, or whatever it is, the people that you're going to talk to or that you're around, they can feel that energy. And that's where, the sales breath comes into place. If you've ever had someone say, oh, that's so salesy, right? It's because you are thinking and you're considering what that person is going to do for you, where to get into your heart space, you need to start shifting to what can you do for that person?
And I wanted to add something to this. And I created this slide and I used that microphone for a reason, because we all have a voice. And when we use our voice, the question is, are we wasting our voice and are we wasting their time? This is my biggest struggle, because I am a very compassionate person. When I know the people in the room have desires, they want to have better health, they want to have better finances, I am typically in my head, I'm trying to put information that I think will help them understand the point. That's my challenge. And so the question is, do they get it? Well, sometimes I can be in here the whole entire time where it's it's an altruistic reason. I want to help them. It's not about me, but the delivery is up here. Whereas rather than just letting it flow and pay attention to what their needs are versus what I think their needs are, what I think they want to hear, going by what it's obvious that they want to hear based on their interactions.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that you've got that heart energy and not that mind energy.
Right.
So you go ahead and share this.
Yeah. So this is some examples. So because I care about people, I say, I've got something I really think you would be interested in. But who am I? I'm the one talking. I've got something that I really think that you would be interested in. So it's about them, but I'm coming from a place that it's really about me, but it's kind of about them, but it's really about me, which is why oftentimes that approach really didn't work for me. Or when you have time, I'd like to show you something I'm doing or show you what I'm doing. When you've got time, I'd like to show you what I'm doing. So I'm talking to them, engaging them, but it's really about me, because like Marcy says, they don't care. Most of the time, those first two were met with crickets or no, sorry, whatever. Or people will say, well, compliment them. When you compliment somebody, you're making it about them. So this is one I tried. You're great in business. Can you do me a favor and give me your honest feedback on something I'm doing?
Yeah.
So it's, again, these are ones that I personally struggled with, and I tried to find the capture. The guy doing a presentation and everybody's doing their own thing. They're checking their computers. The guy's like falling asleep. The other lady's got her ears plugged, and the other guy's like almost ready to fall asleep. So when it's about them, they're leaning in. you're capturing their attention. One of the biggest things about being a public speaker is know your audience. And that's one of the things that this right here sums up my entire struggles for my entire 15 years of being with LifeVantage, wanting to help people, trying all the different things, but being mostly up here.
Yeah. So I actually just put a link in the chat to Myron Golden's YouTube channel. Don't want you to get in a rabbit hole and go and listen to everything that he has to say. Yet, what I would say is that if you're listening, if you're watching TV, or if you're listening to something that's not a book that is building you to build your business, if you are spending time doing something that is not paying you, I would say take that time and start watching him.
Yeah.
Because he has such amazing concepts that he teaches. And like I said, he teaches very sound things scripturally from the Bible, but I got it, and I don't want to add a but there. And he is is he a billionaire, or is he just multi-millionaire? He makes millions of dollars just on YouTube.
Wealthy,
so let's just say that. Okay. So he's definitely a mentor that we spend a lot of time with.
So this is, how do you know whether or not the way you're doing it is actually working? And I chose a text I've actually sent. So it was like, thank you for watching the video I sent you. What did you like best about what you saw? And as you can see, they read it last month. And so, in other words, they never got back to you. You know, because on an iPhone, you can actually set in your settings whether it got delivered and if it got read, when. Well, if it got read last month and they still haven't answered the question, maybe they're in the upper right corner, they're in the witness protection plan, or they're just ghosting you, because sometimes it's easier to not get back to you than to be transparent and saying, you know what, I'm really not interested. It's easier to just ignore you. And they don't do it they're not ignoring you to hurt your feelings. It's just easier than confronting the situation that if I told you the truth, it'd probably hurt your feelings. So it's easier to indirectly hurt your feelings by not responding at all. That is 90% of the time what people are going through. So it's not about you. It's about them and their discomfort of how they have been approached or where they find themselves. Maybe they felt pressured by you because you made it about you rather than about them. Because I've never had anybody, when they say, hey, do you know a really good restaurant? And I send them to a really good restaurant, they don't usually ghost you. Even if it was bad food, they'll say, hey, thanks so much, but the food just really wasn't that great. You know, did I go to the right one? They'll usually respond because it was about them in the first place. But if they don't find themselves responding, they're not responding to you, it's probably missing the mark.
Yeah, more than likely, you're talking about what you care about.
Yeah.
And not what they care about.
Been there, done that.
All right.
Many times. So this is a great situation. Even if it's a cold call, if I knew of, so you know something about them. So let's say you saw a post on Facebook, they just got back from the doctor, they're frustrated, their ankle pain just won't go away. This is the third specialist that they've seen. So what do you know about chronic inflammation that doesn't go away? Chronic inflammation. What leads to chronic inflammation? What is a contributor to chronic inflammation? How about oxidative stress? So you see that kind of thing. He's like, you know what? Send them a private message, maybe leave them a voice message, maybe call them. If I knew of something that could provide you some relief potentially from what you've been going through. I saw your post. I could tell you were frustrated. If I had something that could help you, would you want me to share it with you? I don't know anybody that would go, wow, this person really, no, I'm good. I'll go to a fourth specialist and I'll make another post about how frustrated I am when that fourth specialist doesn't answer my questions either. No, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Because even if it's a cold call, even if it's somebody you've never engaged them before, but you saw a post on Facebook, this approach, I felt your frustration. If I had some information about something I think could help you, would you want me to send it to you? However you word that, it's the if I would you. Fill in the blank of application based on what you're seeing or hearing or feeling based on what you've seen with somebody. And it could be a brand new contact or somebody that you know intimately and somebody you know or not intimately. Maybe your spouse would probably wouldn't respond to, hey, babe, if I cook something that would just make you go crazy, would you want me to cook it for you?
Of course.
All right, then maybe it would work. Who knows? That was a complete ad lib right then.
I'm like,
but
yeah.
So just use this because the if I would you question is golden. And when you do it right, they always feel that it's in their best interest, not necessarily yours.
Yeah. Well, you did also ask me that question around dinner time, and I am hungry.
Yeah.
So it is something that I care about. So, just make sure that when you're asking the questions, you're asking questions about something that they care about. So there.
Right.
All right. So let's get into building your business from your heart. Okay. So really moving into the space of caring about other people more than what the benefit is going to come to you.
Yeah.
Because, there is truth to you reap what you sow. Right. So it's all
law
in
of the
planting the
harvest.
seeds. It's the law. Yeah. Of the more that you go out and do for other people, the more that will come back to you in a positive or in a blessing. Right. And so when we're talking about this, it really does come down to, again, focusing on making sure that you are showing up in the right position. The position not of, I'm going to get something from you, but what can I do to help you type of thing, right? So remember, we're going to worry about what other people care about over what we care about. So before we start this, many of you may have heard this at Elite Academy when we were in Nashville. But I would like for you to just take a moment, just close your eyes and listen to this this video. It's just going to be the words on the screen. Close your eyes and just listen, because I want you just to get into the right heart space before we continue.
The little boy put on his clothes for the cold weather and then told his father, "Okay, Dad, I'm ready." His dad, the pastor, said, "Ready for what?" "Dad, it's time to go outside and distribute our flyers." Dad replied, "Son, it's very cold outside and it's drizzling." The child looked surprised at his father and said, "But Dad, people need to know about God even on rainy days." Dad replied, "Son, I'm not going outside in this weather." With despair, the child said, "Dad, can I go alone? Please?" His father waited for a moment and then said, "Son, you can go. Here are the flyers. Be careful. Thank you, Dad." And with this, the son went out into the rain. The 11-year-old walked all the streets of the village, handing out the flyers to the people he saw. After 2 hours of walking in the rain and cold, and with his last flyer in his hand, he stopped at a corner to see if he saw someone to give the flyer to. But the streets were totally deserted. Then he turned to the first house he saw, walked to the front door, rang the bell several times, and waited. But no one came out. Finally, the boy turned to leave. But something stopped him. The child turned back to the door and began to ring the bell and pound on the door strongly with his knuckles. He kept waiting. Finally, the door was opened gently. A lady came out with a very sad look and gently asked,
"What can I do for you, son?"
With radiant eyes and a bright smile, the child said, "Lady, I'm sorry if I upset you, but I just want to tell you that God really loves you and that I came to give you my last flyer, which talks about God and his great love." The boy then gave her the flyer. She just said,
"Thank you, son. God bless you."
well, the next Sunday morning, the pastor in the pulpit, and when the service began, he asked, "Does someone have a testimony or something they want to share?" Gently, in the back row of the church, an older lady stood up. When she started talking, a radiant and glorious look sprouted from her eyes.
"Nobody in this church knows me. I've never been here, and even last Sunday I was not Christian. My husband died a while ago, leaving me alone in this world. Last Sunday was a particularly cold and rainy day. It was so cold and lonely in my heart. I was upstairs on my bed in a fetal position. I couldn't stop crying. My body was shaking. I was so scared, alone, and heartbroken. And then suddenly I heard the loud sound of the door being knocked on. So I thought, I'll just wait for a moment, and whenever it is, will go away. I waited and I waited, but the door knocking was getting louder and louder every time. It got so loud that I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I wondered, who could it be? No one ever comes to my door or comes to visit me. I got off my bed and went to the door while the bell was still ringing and the door was still being knocked on. When I opened the door, I couldn't believe my eyes. In the front of my door was the most radiant and angelic child I'd ever seen. His smile, oh, I can never describe it. The words that came out of his mouth made my heart, which had been dead for so long, come back to life. Then he said, with the voice of a cherub,
Lady, I just want to tell you that God really loves you.
when the little angel disappeared between the cold and the rain, I closed my door and read every word of the flyer. Then I went back to my bed and thought about this little boy and how he had just appeared at my door. Now I'm a happy daughter of the King. Since the direction of the boy, when he left, was to this church, I came personally to say thank you to the little angel of God who came just in time to rescue my life from hell and replace it with eternity in God's presence.
Everyone cried in the church. The pastor came down from the pulpit to the first bench where the little boy was sitting. He took his son in his arms and cried uncontrollably. God's message can make a big difference in someone's life. Never be afraid to spread the love of God.
And we want to challenge you to take it a little step further. Never be afraid to share the message that we have with LifeVantage, because we don't know who is out there right now, because never before has the world been such a mess. Never before have there been families that have been so strapped and struggling to put food on the table or gas in the car, or even to go and have any fun with their kids. We don't know, just like this little boy didn't know that that woman was inside of that house, desperate to hear that someone cared about her. And he gave her what she cared about because he had that heart and was wanting to spread the love, right? And so we want you to just kind of make that shift inside your heart that, what if I could make a difference in someone's life? What if you could make a difference in that gentleman, that father that has worked so hard to provide for his family, and recently he lost the job he's had forever, and now he's been struggling doing odd jobs or picking up 3 or 4 jobs just to make ends meet. What if you could make a difference in the mama's life that is chasing her kids everywhere and doing the very best that she possibly can to give them what they need in their home? She's even homeschooling, but she's dying inside because she's exhausted and she doesn't ever have any time to do things that she wants for herself. What if you could bring meaning back into someone's life that has lost all hope by introducing them to what we have in our hands, this community of people that cares about others, that is coming from a heart space of wanting to help solve people's problems and bring solutions, whether it is someone that is praying to continue with good health through the end of their days, or someone that is praying because they have a diagnosis that the doctors don't know what to do for them next. We don't know. It's not a matter of us knowing everything. It's just a matter of us coming from the right heart space. So we're going to go forward here. What if by sharing things from the right heart, you could start gathering customers? Because by helping people learn something about what they care about, whether it's in their health or in their finances, you can gather customers. And in our customer sales program now with the Evolve Compensation Plan, there's 2 bonuses that you can make money by sharing this information on our products with people that are looking for solutions. The first one is the customer profit sell. This is where you make the difference between how your customer purchases the products and the consultant price. We have a 3-tiered level of pricing: the retail price, the subscription price, and the consultant price. This is an example of the Healthy Glow price for the Healthy Glow stack. So when we get people on subscription, it's getting them the best price. And that's coming from the right heart spaces. We want them to have the products that we believe will help them on the right price. And then you're going to be making $22 every single month for every customer that you have on the Healthy Glow stack. Now, the second bonus is the personal sales bonus. And this is where you gather customers and add all the volume together. And then you get into this level bonus of share. So as soon as you have 500 in customer sales volume, you're now making an extra 5% off of that volume. That's an extra $7. When you add it to the $22 that comes with that customer sales profit bonus, that's $29 per customer. And you only need 4 customers to be able to start making that Onyx level seller. To become an Emerald and add an additional 5% to the amount of money that you are bringing into your house. Now, what I want to point out to you here is that because you're coming from the right heart space and you're helping people with solutions because you care about what they care about, you will suddenly see yourself adding an additional stream of income through these customers that is also going to be seeing yourself moving towards those goals you set for you, right? So it's that you've sowed in caring for other people. Now you're reaping through the customer sales bonuses. So as you build that customer sales, the level bonus, once you hit 4,000, now you're up to making 20% on top of that first bonus, which is a total of $50 per customer. To hit that diamond level, you only need 29 customers. And as you see, there's a breakdown of all the different seller levels and how many customers it takes, how many you're making per customer as you get to the different levels. So we wanted you to be able to see what it would be just for bringing in customers on those 2 bonuses. And on this one, it just puts it all together. So this is the combination of the sales profit and the bonus. So at 500 in customer sales volume points, you're now making 15% of the total with those 2 bonuses put together. That's about $75 with those 4 customers. Now, once you hit 1,000, you're making 20%. That's $200. At 2,000, which is the sapphire level, you're making about $500. And then once you hit that diamond level, you're making $1,200 a month with those 29 customers that you're making a difference in their lives as well. So see, you've sowed and now you're reaping in those customer bonuses. So when it comes to the customer influence, we want them to stay on subscription and get the benefits for a long time. And so we need to have great customer care. And that's what we're getting paid now, right? With those 2 bonuses, we're getting paid really well to take care of our customers. So you want to check in monthly. When you get notified that they have a new order getting ready to drop, reach out. You want to ask them, what have you noticed so far? What are you seeing in the mirror? How do you feel, right? And then after they tell you a couple months, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so much better. I'm sleeping better. I have more energy. I have less aches and pains. You know, I'm noticing less wrinkles. That's when you want to start asking them, well, who do you know that would like to have those same benefits? And
So good.
start asking for referrals from your customers. Utilize your customers' influence, right? And then as they start to give you these people as referrals and you start getting a couple customers, this is a great opportunity now for you to go and introduce your original customer to this business opportunity to where they can start sharing it out because they've taken it, they felt it, and now it's an opportunity for them to share and also share in the profits of gathering customers, right? And so truly happy customers become your best consultants, because they have that experience and that belief and the experience with them already. And this will help you open up your business to all of the bonuses that the company offers with the Evolve Compensation Plan. So where will building your business take you when you go from your heart? Well, first of all, it starts with that circle of influence, those customers that you bring in, your close friends and family. And then it can move to their friends, their acquaintances, and then to everybody else that is out there. Because once you have more people helping you share this information, when you've gathered customers that have then become your consultants with the product and benefits, well, this is when you can start earning level commissions. We actually get to earn 9 levels on these level commissions. And what's really nice is on your first level, those people that you personally sponsor as consultants, you actually get to make the highest percentage. This is a percentage that you will make off of their monthly sales volume every single month. So when you first come in as a consultant, you earn 5%. And then as you build your business up to the senior consultants, you're up to 10% of their monthly volume that you are making every single month in this level commission. Then we have the leadership match. Every month that your business hits MC2 or higher, and MC2, that's going to be 20,000 in organizational volume. Once you hit that level, and the way you get there is by helping other people experience the products, make a decision to become consultants, and then utilizing the sphere of influence and helping everyone else have their problem solved too. Then once you hit that level of MC2, you are now being matched on all the MC1s in your team. MC1 is when your consultants have 10,000 in organizational volume. So helping to focus on helping others grow will help you get the benefits that you want in your business. So that's another bonus that we have in the Evolve compensation plan. And then the leadership pool. This is where it's a bonus that's calculated monthly on what the end of the month, what your rank was. And if you're an executive consultant, that means you have 80,000 in organizational volume, and it needs to be balanced out a certain way. And we're going to be doing a deeper training into the compensation plan. But this leadership pool, you automatically then start earning shares off of all of the global volume of everybody. This is where we're earning off of all of the customers, all of the consultants. And this is why we have such an open and family atmosphere here at LifeVantage, is because we help people cross-line, because guess what? We're getting paid to do that through this bonus, right? And so when they divide up the shares, you start making, I mean, when you're first an executive consultant, you get 1, an executive consultant 2, this is at 200, 200 or 150?
150.
150. Okay, yeah, 150. It's all different. So in my brain, I've got the wrong numbers there, but 150 in organizational volume. And now you're earning 3 shares of this leadership pool. Executive consultant 3 is 300,000. And so we're going to just leave it right there, 300,000, and you're earning 5 shares. And this is probably one of our larger areas of our compensation that we get on a monthly basis. But as soon as you hit the leadership levels, you start getting shares in this pool. And then, of course, our income disclosure statement. Being publicly traded, this is reported out to all of the entities. When you look at the third column from the left, that's the average monthly commissions paid at the rank. And so just look and find where you're at right now. And maybe you just got started, so you haven't made anything yet. Just look at where you'd like to be in the next 90 days. And then consider, you know, what we talked about with the little bonuses that you could earn from customers alone. How many customers would you need to be to have $247 coming in every single month as a consultant 1, right? And then decide where you want to go in the future, and get with whoever it is that brought you into the business, or whoever your upline support leadership person is, and ask them to help you game plan, coming from your heart, on how you can help more people to be able to get you to that point, so that you can then change your life and change your family's life, all because you decided to make that shift from thinking about everything in your head and move into your heart and caring about what other people care about first. Anything you want to add in there?
Just the,
Oh, wait, let's stop this. Sorry. Go ahead, because there's another short video here.
let's play the video first.
Okay, another short video here for you guys to pay attention to. Oh, that didn't work well. Let me hit the start right here. Okay.
One day, a man was walking along the beach when he noticed a boy picking up starfish and throwing them into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "Excuse me, but what are you doing?" The boy replied, "Throwing starfish back into the ocean. The sun is rising and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them back, they'll die." The man laughed to himself and said, "But there's too many starfish on this beach. You can't possibly make a difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it into the ocean. Then turning to the man, he said, "I made a difference to that one."
That's what happens when the world is in their head and you're in your heart, because people who are in their head can't conceive how you could, like that beach right there, how could you possibly make a difference? Well, every single one of those starfish that you pick up and throw back in, it made a difference to that one. And it doesn't take long to make a significant difference. Whether you make a dent in the beach or not, it's the level of contribution, because we will never be able to help everybody on the planet, because quite frankly, some of those starfish don't want to be helped.
Yep.
And some people don't mind it when you help them, even though they wouldn't help themselves. And sometimes they don't even thank you for it. That's okay. That's one of the things about being in your heart. When you're in your heart, you've accepted those kinds of things, that you will care more about people oftentimes than they care about themselves. Do it anyway.
Mhm.
That's really where the blessing of this comes, because to what Marcy said earlier, there's more people in the world right now suffering with health challenges they can't find a solution to. And there's more people suffering from financial challenges they're not able to find a solution to, which is where your message and your heart space and your compassion and just you taking the time could make all the difference in the world to that person. Because every metric of human joy and satisfaction in the world right now is heading in a downward trajectory. So one act of kindness can make a difference. One invitation to something for somebody to take a look at something could make all the difference. Just know that it will. And don't let people in their head talk you out of something when you are in your heart, because it's not about them. It's about the people who you're going to be serving. And that's one of the things I love about this. And look at, how do you do this? Look for people that are looking for a transformation. If you know someone who's going to the doctor to try to find solutions and they're frustrated, they're looking for a transformation. They are looking for a way not to have that story anymore. A perfect candidate that when you're in your heart and help them, our products are able to do those types of things. When you know someone who's struggling financially, and it's not as common because people will post their physical challenges on Facebook, they will not post their financial challenges. But if you hear through the grapevine, if you notice somebody, what they're doing, if you see something that's happening in someone's life, do not keep it to yourself, because the answer is always no, unless you ask or unless you share. And even if it's no, if somebody tells you no, say, "You know what? I appreciate that." Is your no a no for now because you don't have more information to make an educated decision? Or is it, "I'm just not really into this"? Because sometimes what you share, even if you get a no, if you just asked, is there something that's preventing you from doing it, which is why the no? Is it because you can't afford it, because you're trying to find a solution on your own and you just can't figure it out? Is there something that's helping you make that no your answer that I could possibly help you with by giving you more information? Now whether they felt that you were doing it for them in the first place, now they're really feeling it. And it's not that you're rubbing their nose in the fact they said no, it's trying to help them find a yes in there. And they're really seeing what you're willing to go through to help them, because those are the kind of transformations that are life changing. And those are the kind of transformation, when somebody goes through that scenario, they will tell everybody they know about you,
Yes.
because they're going to also know people that are in that same situation. And one invitation, when someone tells you no, one additional question: are you saying no because you're trying to figure out how to afford this and you haven't been able to, or there's something else I can help you with? That person knows other people like that, because what do they say? Misery loves company. Whether people want to admit that or not is really the situation. And you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So knowing every person that you know that is suffering, is around other people who are also suffering. So one invitation could change multiple lives. And the person who you got to first, you and them could now go set some other people free from their financial or physical woes, or both, and spread all kinds of joy and peace and harmony and tranquility and just warm fuzzies everywhere by helping us get over our own insecurities. Because that's one of the things that is leading us into our heads. How do we get over our own insecurities? We try to get up here and figure it out. Doesn't matter. It's not about us in the first place. Our own insecurities is because we're judging ourselves. We're listening to the voice that we are talking about. When we make it about other people, insecurities are much easier to deal with, especially when you see your own getting over your own insecurity, sharing it with somebody. When you watch what it does in them, talk about a boost of confidence for you and them. It's unrivaled.
It's game changer. So when you are coming from the right heart space, you only have the concern and the responsibility of sharing this information with someone around you that is in need and will care about it. It is not your responsibility how they are going to respond, and if they say yes or if they say no. Okay.
Right.
Yet, like Dondi said, you can ask additional questions when they do say no to find out if there is anything that's holding them back from that, whether it's the time, it's the energy, it's the money, or they've had a bad experience. Like Cammie mentioned earlier in here, she said that she said she's failed at MLM. And I just want to say you haven't failed because you tried, but you hopefully learned some lessons, and hopefully you're learning some different ways here with us. So guys, we love you so much. And I'm going to stop this share because I want to see who's on here. So if you are willing, let us see your faces because we love you guys. We appreciate you. But thank you so much for being on here with us live. Hi guys. Hi Joe. Hi Teresa,
Hey,
Cammie,
hey.
Jatan, Blasetis, Linda, and Philomena. Thank you for being on here with us live. We will get this uploaded. Hi, girl. We'll get this uploaded. Linda, oh my gosh, so good to see you guys. Get this uploaded to YouTube so you guys can all go and rewatch it again, because this is something we've got to get into us, right? Cammie, hi, beautiful. To be able to really have the success we want, it's all about helping other people get what they care about. So we appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Bye, guys.
Bye.